what is your favorite video game? Do you have one? I know what yours is.
What's mine?
Animal Crossing. No?
That's one of them.
Okay.
I think Breath of the Wild.
Oh, is your top favorite?
It's my top favorite console, and then I think like nostalgia wise,
Yeah.
just the whole like Nancy Drew, like her interactive ones, those were like my favorite. I
Yeah.
also logged in a lot of hours on Barbie like Stable Adventures back in the day.
I can see the horse girl.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it. Do you guys have favorite video games?
And then my sister also likes Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
I
Animal
think my
Crossing.
favorite, but I do like a bunch of other things too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've played this, but there's this really good 2D platformer called Hollow Knight.
Oh, I love Hollow Knight. Yeah, that's such a good one. I have so many. I like the cozy games like Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, but I also like some story-centered games too. One of my favorite games of all time, I don't know if anybody here has played it, it's called BioShock. Awesome, it's so good. Well, I asked you your favorite video game because I play video games as my full-time job. That's what I do to make money to pay bills, to live my life. Very nice to meet you. My name is Krista, but online people know me as That Nerd Violet. I have been a queer Twitch streamer and content creator for the last 8 years. It's been a really fun time, great journey. And I focus on chat interaction while playing a lot of cozy games, as we were talking about just now. I play a lot of The Sims, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley is a huge favorite of mine, and more. I've worked with loads of companies now over the last 8 years. More recently, I worked with Nintendo for Princess Peach Showtime, Epic Games for Fortnite, Capcom for Resident Evil, Roblox Corporation for Roblox, and many, many more. Just in case you need a little bit of a recap of what streaming is, streamers broadcast their gameplay or activity by sharing their screen with fans and subscribers who can hear and watch them live. There are both free and paid versions of Twitch or YouTube, with paid tiers removing ads and giving users access to more robust social, streaming, and storage features. All right, so now you know what streaming is. How did I get started? Back in 2017, this was just a hobby for me. I was just doing it on the side. My then partner, now spouse, who's in the back over there, got me a camera for Christmas, this little tiny webcam. And I had started streaming myself after watching them do it for a couple of months in between jobs. I had said to them, it looks so fun. I'm really looking to like make friends online who like video games, because a lot of the people that I grew up with didn't play games anymore. So I started, and then flash forward to 2020, right time, right place. I was streaming during the daytime after I've been taking care of my elderly father, and the pandemic just hit. So a lot of people were working from home, and a lot of people were bored working from home, so they're looking online. And about a month later, Animal Crossing came out, and that was huge. You know, yeah. So that was everywhere. Lots of things had happened. I attribute my growth at the time because of being on Twitch, but also I had a couple of viral clips from Animal Crossing. This was like a little bit before TikTok, so the clips were more on like Twitter and stuff like that. But yeah, you would see like Elijah would go into somebody's island and then I would be the next one. So it really blew up. But something that I take pride in is that from 2017 to now, I focused on the games that I really enjoyed and that I loved. At heart, I'm still a gamer even though this is my job. So now that you know what streaming is, you know how I got started, what does a typical stream day look like for me? In the morning time, after some coffee and petting my dogs, I go through emails and messages. So I might be fielding new sponsorships, say Nintendo's sending me something, or I just worked with Fortnite and now I have to send an invoice so that I get paid. In the morning time, I'll also go through messages from my friends and fellow content creators. Sometimes we'll do like collabs together. If you guys have ever heard of like, let me see, Among Us, we like playing Among Us together once a month, so we'll get that situated. And I'll usually do this over breakfast. Then I want to make sure I'm checking in with my community. So I open up Discord and I'm movies did they just see? We had like a whole conversation on Superman the other day because I saw it and I loved it. And I was going like a deep dive on the lore and we were all talking about that. That was really fun. After that, I know it's silly, a little cliche, I have to refill my water. Streaming is so fun, but you're really constantly talking for however long that you're live, whether it's 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. There's really not a lot of breaks in between, depending on the game, of course, because if you're playing something that's more story-centered, you're gonna kind of take a beat while the narrator is talking about something, but it's a lot of vocal fatigue on yourself, so water is a must-have for me. After that, going live posts on social media, I might make a post on Instagram or Twitter, Blue Sky, Discord. This kind of rallies the troops together, let them know where I'm gonna be, what we're playing for that day. Maybe I have a really cool sponsorship and I want everybody to be there. Or, you know, maybe there's a new release out. More recently, it was a week or two ago, if anybody here plays The Sims, the new expansion pack just came out for fairies, which was really fun. So I had early access for that. So I said, hey, come over, we're gonna play with fairies today. And then I stream for 4 to 6 hours. The first hour, I'm just chatting with my community during that time. We're, like I said, we're checking in with each other. What did you get up to the weekend? You know, what video games are you playing right now? Are you excited for anything coming out? And I really try and connect with people, which is really fun and part of the reason that I do streaming, because if I didn't want to talk with people, you can easily make videos for YouTube or curated content for TikTok, but I love that interaction and being able to make friends anywhere in the world. People can watch you. The remaining time after we keep yapping is gaming, and like I said, it changes day by day, week by week, whatever's going on with sponsorships, new games coming out, different things like that. After stream, while I'm trying to shovel dinner into my mouth, editing and video work for my other platforms. So this is for maybe my VOD channel on YouTube, or I'm working on a script for my main channel that I'm covering something new with a cozy game. You name it, it's just like editing post-stream. I try and cut my night off at 8 p.m., but it doesn't always end that way on some busy days. So I could be on camera for 4 to 6 hours, but in total for that full day, I'm working 12 hours. But because I love what I do, it doesn't feel like work all the time, but it's still important to set those boundaries of like, you know what, the clock just hit 8 p.m., I'm done for the night. I'm gonna watch something with my spouse, we're gonna keep watching one of our favorite series and wind down for the night, pick up a book, have that disconnect from a screen. And as I mentioned, sponsors and new games switch up my days, so it's very exciting that things can change. And it's not mundane, it's not repetitive, but also sometimes a little negative, because you could have something set and then an hour before I'm supposed to go live, I hear something new from a sponsor. So you kind of have to be willing to change and adapt, which is very hard when you're a type A personality. Okay, so I talked about my streaming, how I got started, what a typical day looks like for me. What should you do if you're interested in streaming? So let's talk about equipment first, okay? My personal suggestion is don't buy expensive equipment because you don't know if you're gonna like it. And plus, I don't think anybody has an extra $1,000 laying around, right? You wanna try and use what you have, or maybe buy things on sale, buy things secondhand. I would prioritize a microphone and then a camera if you want. The reason being, a lot of people, whether you're streaming in the morning, afternoon, or at night, it doesn't matter when or where or what platform. A lot of people might be multitasking, so maybe they're playing a video game themselves, maybe they are getting their work done during the day. You're there as background noise, they're not actively watching you. So because of that, you want to sound good in their ears, and they'll use you as a sort of podcast, right? So microphone first, camera second, and again, if you want to. Some of my friends do no-cam streams and they're very successful, and then I also have friends, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, who will use an avatar to stream, so they're called a PNG tuber or a VTuber, where some of them look like an anime character, so it's a camera that will track their movements, but it's not showing them, it's showing a character, a persona they created. which is really awesome. If I could go back in time, I think I would love to do that, not have the studio lights on me all the time. Secondly, you need a good internet connection. This you can check online, there's various different websites, but if you're already streaming something to your computer, whether it's a laptop, a phone, a regular desktop, you're gonna be downloading. So say you're on Netflix, you're watching a show, that's your download speed. What you need to check is your upload speed and your upload connection. And you might need to tinker, see if you can get like a better package, get a better deal if it's not decent. Up next, you can stream from consoles like PlayStation or computer, or you could do both. So some consoles, I think you can do this with the Nintendo Switch 2, if you have the camera set up, where you can broadcast from the console, so you don't need a laptop or a computer or anything like that. Then obviously you have the PC, which is what I stream on, but then you can take the PC and you get what is a, what is it called? Capture card, thank you. Where it can be installed either via USB, which is what I use, or installed internally, and you just need a little cord, goes to your computer, and then you can stream off of your console. So say there's like a really awesome PlayStation game that you love, you can stream it off of your computer. That's what I did with Animal Crossing. So it was really nice to be able to do that. I say a computer is preferred because you can do so much more with it. Obviously, as I said, you can hook up your console itself. You're able to play such a large array of games from console or your PC, and I suggest using a broadcast software with your computer because you can make things really sparkly and pretty, or you can have a chat overlay. You can't really do that if you're just streaming just off of a console. So, as I mentioned, you need to download a broadcast software like OBS. All of them are free, so this is awesome. You don't need to spend money on that. There are some other broadcast softwares out there that are a little bit more user-friendly, but they put a lot more pressure on your computer. So if you already have an old computer and you're using one of these newer, friendlier systems, your streams might be buffering, they might be a little glitchy, you might just have more tech problems. OBS it's a little difficult to understand, but there's tons of YouTube tutorials out there. There's tons of stuff online. I'm learning new stuff all the time, even though I've been doing this for 8 years. And I think after a while, you really do get used to it. Okay, so now you're streaming, okay? You have 0 viewers, right? Have friends or family lurk your streams. Honestly, I remember first starting out, I don't even think I started with 0. I think I started with probably 10 or 20. Just people that were just there in chat, my friends. Hey, I'm gonna be playing, I don't know, Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna be playing Hollow Knight. You wanna watch me? We can chat, tell me about your day. So I always had like a base group of people that would hang out and be there. And it helps a lot too, because then you're not at the bottom of the Twitch directory. You're gonna have people saying, oh, this person's already like mid-conversation, they're already talking about stuff. It's easier for new people to jump in and join in on the fun. Do you want this to be a job or a hobby? It's up to you. If you want it to be a job, I hate to say it, you have to treat it like a job. You should be setting schedules, you should be posting stuff online, posting stuff on TikTok after, really putting a lot of effort into it. But if you just want it to be a hobby with your friends, your family, you can go live anytime. You don't need a set schedule. You don't need to make a Discord for a community. You can just do whatever you want. But honestly, it's up to you. So now you're streaming, okay? Now you're saying, all right, Krista, I still have the same 5 people watching me, and they're all my cousins. I want other people to come in. I want to make new friends. I promise you, you're not the only one, and it takes time. It takes time and dedication. This is not something that you're gonna see where you go live one day, you're gonna have 20,000 followers, or you're gonna be the next Kai Cenat, okay? Even for him, it took a long time. The next Ninja. Anybody else? Who else is popular right now?
Does Mr. Beast still do video games? Or
I don't
did he
think so.
ever?
I think he's just more relegated to YouTube now.
I don't know. Have you heard of Bree Bun or Bun Bree? Bree
Bree Bun,
Morgan?
yeah.
I mean, she was she has like a big following
Yeah.
now. I think she kind of like had like a little cheat code almost when she started because she was so big on like Twitter that everyone
Yes.
when she told everyone like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm going on Twitch," she already had like
She
a ton
already
of
had that
people.
following, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I guess with anything like
Yeah.
like you said, you
Yeah.
just be consistent.
Be consistent, absolutely. What happened to me, I'm kind of deviating from this a little bit. So back in 2017, I had made a gaming Instagram myself, and I had built up about 3,000 people on there in a community over the course of 3 months. And when I ended up streaming for the first time, I already had a bunch of those people coming on over too. So that's a great way and a great method of doing it, of saying, hey, you know, I wanna do Twitch streaming, but I don't know if I can really dedicate the time right now. Make an Instagram, make a Twitter, already start jumping in the conversations, you know, post stuff about Animal Crossing, post stuff about Hollow Knight, like people will be, you know, use hashtags, they'll be involved in you and following you, and then you can post a link to your channel and say, hey, let's continue the discussion over here. So honestly, going off of that, engage with your audience. What makes your stream different? Because for me, I know I'm not a top 100 player. I like dabbling in Overwatch and Fortnite, but I'm not a pro by any means. Though, I did get 100% in Stardew Valley on Steam, and I'm gonna wear that badge with pride for probably the rest of my life. But for me, because I'm not very good at video games, I connect with people. I try and be relatable with them. I talk about my trials and tribulations of my everyday life, and they really resonate with that. They like that a lot. But you could be a pro gamer. You could say, hey, I'm doing something where we're talking about true crime while we're playing Fortnite, or I want to talk about this really cool book series while we're playing Animal Crossing, you know? Think about what could set you apart differently from everybody else that's maybe playing Animal Crossing. Another way to get people into your channel, polls and giveaways. You want them to be an active participant in your stream. So you could be playing something, and again, say you're playing Animal Crossing. Okay, let's do a poll, or let's do a prediction. There are two different things there. We're gonna go island hopping, and we're gonna try and get a new villager to our island. Do you think it's gonna be somebody that we want, or do you think it's gonna be the clown? You know, things like that, and that's a great way to get them engaging with you. And then you can say, hey, you know what, I've been doing this for a little bit. I want to celebrate my first 100 followers. Let's do a Nintendo gift card giveaway. Let's do a Steam card giveaway. The one thing I will say about giveaways, even though I still do them myself, is you have to know that there's going to be a little bit of a false influx of people who are just going to be there for the giveaway, but that's okay too. Hi. Please sit down.
Hi, Krista.
Hi, honey.
I missed you.
I missed you. Okay, now we're on to balance. I know, I hate to say it, but you gotta prioritize work or school. When I first started doing this, I was still working full time, and this was just my part-time hobby until it dropped in my lap as my full-time job. Some of my friends, they found themselves in the same situation where they were in between jobs at the time, and then they ended up doing this full-time because it ended up making them enough money to satiate their bills. Also, school is so important. Please don't quit like school for streaming. Another thing is setting a schedule is really important. If not for your community and building your stream, for yourself. Make sure you're still doing after-school activities. Make sure you're still finding, you know, those Friday night dinners with your family. If you set a schedule, it's easier to fit streaming into that versus upending your whole life. Start small. I can't even do 8 hours on a stream to this day, though I'm gonna try 7 hours this coming Monday. I would start with 2 or 3 hours at a time. Then you can try and pace yourself. Some of my friends, even now, will just maximum do 4 hours, and then I've got some beasts of friends who can do subathons that last for 5 weeks, and they can do 12 hours a day. That's not me. I've tried, I can't do it. So starting small and seeing if you can build up, maybe you can do 12 hours a day on a Saturday, but don't overdo it to begin with. Maintain friendships and relationships outside of streaming. This is so important. For me, one of my regrets was not keeping up with the IRL friends that I had when I first started, because I really put my all into streaming because I loved it. And I said, well, I have all these connections with my online friends. I don't want to lose that either, but you can find a happy balance. I'm really blessed that this year I tried to make some changes in my life, and I started going to book club for the first time, which is why you see these two wackadoodles over here. And it's been wonderful to find that consistency. It's been wonderful to still make friends and find time for a life outside of staring at a screen. Another thing, stay healthy. I know, again, cliche, but it's so important, especially when you're sitting for so long outside of water. Try and eat healthy, try and sleep, try and make sure that you are just overall taking care of yourself, especially if you're sitting down. I recently got a sit-stand desk a couple of years ago, transformed my life. Now, do I use it as much as I should? No, but it's there, and I'm really glad that I still got one. And just try to move around during those long days. On top of that, try and limit your caffeine. I know that like the meme right now is, oh, let me have like an energy drink, and I'm just gonna play a game for 12 hours. Let me have that Mountain Dew. But that's what you want to do. You really want to limit the caffeine here. Hi. Welcome. Hi. Okay, so you're growing your community. You kind of know what you should and shouldn't do. These are going to be setbacks that you're probably going to be encountering. Number one, tech problems, which I still get plagued to this day with tech problems. I can't tell you how many times I start stream. Hi everybody, my mic is muted, okay? Eight years in, I still do it. It's really best to develop troubleshooting skills for what you might encounter. Okay, you just got this brand new headset that's not connecting. Your internet is out. Your computer has blue screen. Your dog chewed through a wire. Do you have extra wires? Do you have another old headset that you can use? Do you have an extra mic? Now, you don't need all these things, but just knowing ahead of time can save you so much time in the long run and save you from future headaches. So you've been streaming, your 5 cousins are there, you get a brand new viewer, and they're being really mean to you. They're saying, I don't like your nose. Your earlobe looks weird. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's deal with trolls, okay? How do you want to go about dealing with a troll? There's a couple of different ways. I myself don't even really blink. My mods will ban them, no problem. Some of my friends like to, what I call, play with their food. So somebody will come in and start engaging with them in a negative manner. They'll make fun of them, turn it around on them, and then they'll go and post this on TikTok, and they will get like 100,000 views on it. So it's really depending on how you want to deal with trolls. But just know they're out there, and that know that you are going to have the tools. If you want to make, a mockery of them, go right ahead. But know that there are tools in place that you can just ban and move on. All they're trying to do is disrupt the flow of your stream. As long as you don't let that happen, you've already won. Okay, Krista. My 5 cousins don't show up anymore. I've got no viewers. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. At this point, I would say lessen your streaming, move on to other platforms and see if you can build a community over there and get people to follow back. You could choose Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky, honestly, you name it. Maybe you're gonna already have like a huge existing Discord community full of gamers. Focus on that and bring them over. Just take a step back and see maybe different things that you can do. Also, are you constantly talking, or are you just kind of sitting there? You see that long stretch of time? You want to make sure you're talking through. Even if you feel like you're not talking about anything, just narrate what's going on in the game. What are you guys having for dinner? That brings the people out. People love talking about food. One of the things that I used to do when I was just starting out was I had a little sticky note underneath my computer monitor with questions that I would make every day, or questions to pull people out of lurk. Food was number 1. What are you up to this weekend, number 2? What are you watching for TV shows, number 3? Those were my big ones. Okay, so you've been doing this for a while, but like life got crazy. Maybe you have a report due. Maybe you're going on vacation. Take a hiatus. I haven't done this full time for 8 years. There were moments where I took a break for family who was coming over for 2 weeks. I took a break for a month because my health got out of whack. I wanted to make sure I prioritized that before I was pushing myself into something else. I had moments of people passing in my family, so I took some time off, but I came back. And that's okay, you don't have to do it 24/7. Twitch streaming will always be here. Sometimes you have to prioritize different things in your life. Now let's talk about internet safety. Please limit the personal information that you share online. It could be as much as not talking about your town, but even like your city or state. Maybe you can say, hey, I'm from the US and just kind of leave it at that. Some people out there are really not good people on the internet, and you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself, your family, and honestly, if you don't share that information, then chat's not going to share it either. We kind of have this thing in our channel where I say no age talk. I say I don't want to know how old you are because sometimes people can prey on that. So no age talk, but we talk about where we're from, and that's okay. Going off of that, parasocial relationships. So parasocial relationships can be where you are dealing with something as a streamer and maybe you're collabing with another streamer and you think that you're friends, but they're really just using you for views. Conversely, you can have this parasocial relationship with a viewer who is giving you, they just gifted you 50 subs. Hey, can I talk to you after stream? No, you gotta set that boundary. They're trying to get your time, your money, well, throw their money at you and your attention. So it's important to set those boundaries often and early. I had this one person, I think it was my 2nd year of streaming, who was so generous in the community, was constantly monetarily supporting me, gifting out subs left and right. They were awesome. They asked of me more than I was willing to give. They said, hey, can we game later? Hey, what are you doing on Saturday? Like, let's hop in Discord. And I think I made some mistakes with that earlier on, that I let it get to a point where I shouldn't have. So making that boundary beforehand, saying, you know what, I'm gonna have designated days where I play games with the community. You can jump in there. And then you are saying, okay, you can't have access to me for this specific thing. Up next, open voice chat. Please, for the love of God, know the people that you're gonna be streaming with. If you're playing with random lobbies like in Fortnite or Roblox or something, number 1, they may not know that they're on a screen. And number 2, if they know they're on a screen, they may yell out a slur. They may yell out a swear. And it ultimately falls onto you, the streamer. So if you're on Twitch, people can report your stream, and even though it wasn't your fault, you didn't say it, because it was still on your stream, they'll ban you. Could be a 24-hour ban, could be a permanent ban. I would not take the risk. So if you're gonna be using open voice chat, streaming with other people, or even if they're not streaming, say you're just playing with friends, make sure you talk through some things with them. Hey, I know you like saying this word, and I know it's your favorite swear. Please maybe don't say it that day that we're on stream together. Ultimately, it's up to you to make sure that you are moderating your community in the best manner that you can. So doing it by yourself is what we all do at the beginning, and then you're gonna be getting to a point where you're probably gonna have friends or community members that will say, hey, I want a mod for you. So that means they're gonna keep the fun going, they're gonna keep the community safe. If a troll comes in, you don't even have to worry, you don't even need to blink, they're gonna ban them for you. Or play with them, but they'll get taken care of either way. But it's still important for you to know the moderation guidelines wherever you're streaming. I know I'm talking about Twitch right now, but the moderation guidelines will differ for each platform. So Twitch will be one way, YouTube another, TikTok another, and honestly, TikTok has the worst moderation guidelines of the platforms that exist right now. So if you know how you can go about something, maybe you get banned and it's temporary, how can you appeal that? Check out the moderation guidelines. Hey, somebody's harassing me, what can I do? Can you IP ban them? Will they still have access to my content? Check out the moderation guidelines. that's all I got for you. What are your questions about streaming or content creation, if you have any? Hello, yes, you stranger.
Any tips on like handling like potentially getting like overwhelmed with just the whole process of streaming?
Oh, yeah.
Like I tried streaming, I think like twice maybe. And I don't know, there was just so much to like keep track of. Like you need to have like your camera on, like you need to have Twitch open, but then also OBS, and then also keep an eye on your chat. And I got very overwhelmed when someone said like, oh, your setting is like too loud, like the music's too loud, I can't hear you. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go back.
You're like, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you're juggling. I mean, with streaming in general, I always say I'm the wearer of many hats, right? I am my own editor, I'm my own PR team, I'm my own health expert sometimes. Although that's why I have Danny to tell me what to do sometimes. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can go on. So I would say if you're overwhelmed, before you go live, you could do like a test stream, or depending on the like recording software that you're using, make a video. So if you had a friend that said, oh hey, the levels sound off, you test it. Record for 5 minutes, talk into the mic, listen back. How does everything sound to you, right? So you could do that to start off with. In terms of everything else going on, it comes and it goes. It takes time. Even now, when the stream is really, really busy, so let's say I get rated and I have 500 people in my chat, they're all talking at once. I miss stuff. Jasper knows that. I miss stuff all the time. So it's easy to get overwhelmed. I still get overwhelmed, but being a little relatable to folks and say, hey y'all, I'm sorry, like I'm trying my best, you know, talking about that, and yeah, just practice makes perfect, honestly. And like I said, I still have those moments myself. I don't think it's ever gonna be like 100% clean, and you're just doing the best that you can.
What else would you, so like what would you recommend, like if you're, you know, you've got your mic, you've got your little webcam, and you're like, okay, I've got my capture card or whatnot, like, so then what would you recommend like having open in order to like get like, you know, actually like stream something?
Okay.
Like does one need like, cause I've seen people who have like 3 monitors set up.
So, okay. My personal recommendation, if you can, I feel like 2 monitors is the sweet spot, and I'll tell you why. One of them you can have just for your game going, and then the other monitor you can scooch down OBS, you can have your chat, and then you can have your activity log. That's really kind of all that you need up. You can have Discord in another window or whatever, but I usually keep that minimized myself. Now when I first started streaming, I only had 1 monitor, and also I feel like it's only been the last maybe 5 or so years that's been popular for people to have 2 monitors, unless you were like at an office, right? So what I did is I had my 1 monitor with my game, OBS was minimized but still recording. I had chat on my phone. So if you don't have that sort of setup, you can still make it work. You can prop up your iPad, have Twitch chat on there, then you don't really need a second monitor. But the most minimal setup is gonna make you the happiest person, and you'll be able to multitask a lot better. Cat's so impressed right now.
Yeah. I've never like done anything like this, but I've always been interested in finding out this kind of stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
What would you stream?
I have no idea.
You're like, I don't know.
I'm only playing Animal Crossing these days.
That's
all I can
okay.
do.
That's fun. We were talking about that earlier.
Were we? Oh well,
Yeah.
well with you.
Well, I was, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how Krista got started, was with Animal
Yeah,
Crossing.
I love
Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
love it.
awesome. It's awesome. I still think that.
I was just saying to myself, I actually have to check on my island when I get home tonight.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Don't let them leave.
No, I cleaned up. What was that?
I said don't let them leave. The
Well,
people.
well,
If you're
they-
not there.
Well,
they're
Well,
gonna leave.
they don't anymore. In like New Horizons, they have to ask your permission now.
Yeah, they're
It's
like,
like,
what
I
do
don't
you
remember
think?
that.
And
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
like, what do you
Oh,
think?
that's right.
This,
That's
that.
thought bubble, right? That's,
Yeah, I
it's
have
been a
one
while.
guy who calls me Friendo. I made sure he calls me Friendo.
I've been holding my Islanders hostage
His
for
name's Bo.
years.
I love that.
They're like, I finally got the ones I wanted, especially
I know.
Coco. And I-
Coco's so cute.
I had to buy Coco from someone.
Did you?
Because I really wanted her, and I know everyone's like, she looks creepy, and I'm like, that's the point.
It is,
She looks
yeah.
really cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, they always ask to leave, and I'm like,
No, you're staying forever.
You're trapped
yeah,
on
it's
that.
not, it's not like the older ones where you would just wake up one day.
That's
And
right.
then the
There's
soul
always
They'd be like-
side or-
That's right.
They'd be like,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah.
I'm bigger and better
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I really do think, I know nothing, I wouldn't be able to tell you if I knew anything, but I do think that we're gonna get one soon within the next 1 or 2
Better.
years.
Like, we do need a new update. I
We
mean, my
do.
island is like there, but,
Yeah.
I haven't played in like almost a year.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then my sister and brother-in-law came, like, well, we saw
Oh,
Coldplay
that's right,
last
yeah,
night.
Coldplay, yeah.
Yeah, so then, I was like, hey, you wanna see something? And my brother-in-law's from Portugal, knows absolutely nothing about Animal Crossing, so I was like, watch this. Weeds everywhere, God, the roaches in that house were insane, but,
Love it.
yeah, it was a fun time last night. Not last night, 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's almost like part of like the fun is like letting your like when you come back after a year, your island it's overgrown, and now
Yeah.
you're like, oh, now I actually have something to
Something
do.
to do.
No,
to
it's
speed
true.
it up. Yeah,
True.
definitely.
Actually, there are a few new updates on there too.
Yeah, Happy
Yeah.
Home was fun, but I was wishing that they had more stuff that they were gonna still come out with.
Yeah.
They took that team and that ended up working, they made them work on Splatoon
Mhm.
instead, which
Oh.
isn't super big in the United States, but it's big overseas in, specifically Japan.
Mhm.
So they were very happy about that, but all of us are like, you promised years
Yeah.
of updates, but what was that, 2 years?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's why I'm hoping.
I've been
they're gonna
begging
come out
Ricardo to
with
let me
one.
buy Luigi's Mansion. He's not budging.
You can borrow it. Well, you can borrow it from
Can I?
the library's collection downstairs.
Oh, right
So
there.
after this, I'm gonna get Luigi's Mansion.
That is the other great thing. If you are if you've got your capture card and your Switch and you don't want to break the bank testing out a bunch of new games, you can always check in here. We always try to keep the latest Nintendo games in stock.
She's told me this before, I just
Awesome.
genuinely forgot.
Yeah, that's like Blockbuster back in the day. I know, I'm ancient, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Oh my god,
Some
dude,
of
that's
us
Hollywood.
I know, some of us
videos.
remember. I know.
Jeez.
Does anybody else have any other questions? Anything that maybe I touched upon that you want to hear more about?
I mean, sorry.
No,
You
you're
say you play those games. What game would you say you play the most?
Oh wow, I say recently is probably The Sims, but I didn't start out with cozy games. My first game that I played, I think was with you. It was Terraria. And we co-streamed that together. And then I was doing a lot of BioShock at the time. And then I got into this like scary game. I don't know if anybody here has heard of it. It's called Dead by Daylight. You're playing
Yes.
with, yeah, you're playing against like,
Like they're hunting you.
yeah, they're hunting you, and it's kind of like hide and seek, and you gotta
Oh.
get generators done, and that's really fun. And I was doing
Is it
some
stressful?
other games at the time too, like I had done Fortnite, but I'd say recently I've been doing The Sims. But what's really cool, if you want to look like what is super popular on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, they have different sections. So on Twitch, if you go to, I'm trying to think where it is under, it'll be under like following, and then you can have suggestions there, and you can see what people are playing, and then you can just type in a video game. So say you love Hollow Knight, right? I wonder if anybody's playing Hollow Knight right now. You can type that in the search bar, and it'll pop up with all the streams that are playing Hollow Knight, and then you can also check by the regular video games and see what's super popular. So like Just Chatting, I think, is always #1 on Twitch. But then you'll probably see like World of Warcraft, Overwatch in the top 10, Fortnite maybe. So that's another mechanic of seeing, oh, like what are other people playing? Like maybe if I play like one of the top 10 games, I could get more eyes on me. And also, why are they playing it? Maybe like a new update has just come out, or maybe there's this thing that's called Twitch drops. So if you connect your account to Twitch and you're watching a channel that's playing a certain game like Minecraft, they did this thing with the Minecraft movie, in fact. You can get these really cool items into your game if you watch for like 3 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, and you're just kind of lurking. So that's another way that you can get involved on Twitch, but also, you know, some more eyes on your content if you're just starting out. Hello, yes.
Are video, sorry, I have a lot of questions.
No, please.
Are video games the only things you can stream on Twitch, or are there other things you can like stream yourself doing as well?
There's so much you can do now. When I first started, the platform itself was still very centered on video games, and I would say within the last 5 years that has shifted away. I mean, yes, people still play video games on Twitch, but now you see so much stuff. Oh my gosh, IRL streaming is a big new thing that one of my friends does. So they got this really cool backpack rig. They'll have their phone here for chat, and they got a camera in front of their face, and they will go on adventures. They'll go to the zoo, they'll go to a convention, people are hanging out in chat, they're tipping the money for them to go eat. It's awesome, it's so cool. Other things I've seen on there is art is very popular. Makeup artists doing like incredible body detailing. You have drag queens on there that will do their own shows, and then they'll use like PayPal or Stream Elements that you tip their money on there. There's so much now, it's not just video games, it's really cool. And I still play video games primarily as most of my content, but I've gotten more into some other avenues as well. I do book clubs once a month with my community. So this month we're doing From Blood and Ash, which is really exciting.
That's hot.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
we
should
do
read
that.
again
We
for
do that
this
once a
one.
month, and you know, we'll have like our chatting, we'll do our book club, then we'll get into video games. So it's really fun, and you can do anything.
Where's your book club?
It's on Twitch.
Oh, it is on Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, okay,
no,
yeah.
We
Well,
talk
now
about
I'm
it in
gonna
Discord
join.
too. But, like, yeah, do you have a Discord?
Oh, I do have Discord,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, it's on Twitch, and then I'll usually
It's
like,
like, I don't even have a
like,
phone.
no, I don't know tech.
What's a phone? As I take it out.
Yeah. But no, there's so many different things that you can do. They're just not centered just completely on video games. It's the world is your oyster as long as it's within like terms of service.
Do you also have a favorite stream that you've done?
I was gonna ask that question.
Okay, I revoke it, let Kat ask it.
No, that's alright.
No, all right. Well, this is from Kat. I have so many, genuinely. My first stream after I got partnered, because that was a ride. You know, we're in the middle of 2020. We're not really getting out of the house, and just to wear like this badge of honor, where it's like, oh my god, I built something like really cool. Any of my charity streams that I've done, I love charity streaming, but I can't always do it while I'm full time now, because unfortunately, for a lot of people that are full time, unless you're making like a lot of money, if you charity stream, that's taking sometimes your money for bills and stuff, and though it is going to a charity, not everybody can afford to do it, which makes sense. So I think probably my last charity stream, we raised a lot of money for, I think it was either American Heart Association or St. Jude Children's Hospital, which was really fun.
That's awesome.
Honestly, I love the holiday streams, honestly, all of them. It's just so nice to have a community of people that maybe they don't have good relationships with their family, maybe they don't have a lot of IRL people, and just having like a cute little pink holiday tree that we decorate together. We are building gingerbread houses together. We are watching movies in the Discord. It's just really wholesome and fun, and it's nice to celebrate with everybody across the world. Thanks, Kat.
No, I'm kidding.
I have two more. In opposite of Kat's question, let's say you've had like you touched on this, but let's say you've had like a bad stream, like bad connection, tech problems, and you don't have a mod yet, and you had someone who was just like ragging on you the entire like stream, and you finished and you're like feeling sad and you're like, I don't really want to do that anymore. Any tips for like kind of boosting yourself back up?
Number one, it's okay to get overwhelmed. I would lie to you if I said sometimes the things that trolls say didn't get to me if I'm catching it, like if I'm catching it before the mods do. Sometimes people can be really mean. They can be awful. It's okay. I've had moments where, not on camera, I try really hard to not show it on camera because that's what the trolls want. But after I end stream, you know, sometimes I'll have a little cry. I'll make myself a little milkshake, you know, I try and deal with it the way I can. but it's super important to like dust yourself off and get back on there, you know, and maybe you can troubleshoot that, like, would this person have been here if I had them on? Maybe next time you could get a friend or a parent or, you know, somebody that you know really well to be like, hey, can you just watch the stream with me, make sure that nobody is misbehaving, keep the vibes going, because I'm kind of nervous too by myself. It's okay to have somebody hold your hand. There are moments too where maybe all my moms are like super busy, and I will say, hey, Kip, can you jump on and just like make sure everything is okay? Hey, I need to run to the restroom. I don't want to leave chat unattended because they can be feral. So can you make sure that you can be in there in case something happens?
And finally, if we want to see you play The Sims
Oh, yeah.
or any of your other games, or just keep up with you, what are some like platforms that you're
Yeah.
on that we can follow you on?
I am pretty much on everything. If the platform exists, I'm on there. And my name on there is That Nerd Violet everywhere. I'm most active, I would say, obviously on Twitch. I have a couple of different YouTube channels that I post different things to. I'm more active on Blue Sky now, which is basically like an open source Twitter. It's like kind of still up and coming, but it's really cool. Twitter itself, I know I used that as an example earlier, but if you are going to be starting out, I wouldn't go on Twitter, because not only is the platform not great and not managed by a great person, but say if you're saying to people, oh hey, I want you to come over to Twitch, you post a link, it suppresses you. So I feel like you're kind of working towards nothing over there. So TLDR, I'm everywhere.
Are you on
and-
Threads?
Am I in yes. Yeah. I was like, what is that one again? I may not be active over there, but I do have one. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to, you know, stop by before you leave, or if you wanna, you know, check me out online. I have Discord DMs open. I also have an email address if you want to know more on a one-on-one.
Well, thank you so much, Krista.
Thank you
This
for
was
having